Hi, this is Ryan Wolfson. This is the Sports Jawn. I apologize for not getting these waivers out yesterday in front of most people's waivers that go through today. I had an emergency come up. But in case these players are still available, I just want to talk to you about the players who I think you should add to your fantasy football rosters for this week and moving forward. I don't want to talk about any quarterbacks or receivers today. It's just going to be 2 tight ends and 2 running backs. So let's just get right into it. And these are players that are available in more than 66% of leagues. Darren Waller, Miami Dolphins, tight end. A few months ago, he was a rapper. Now he's starring on the NFL field once again. With no big statured pass catcher on the Miami Dolphins, and now Tyreek Hill out, he could be the only other player a part of the trio of Dolphins players, and that includes Jalen Waddle and Devin Achane to actually touch the ball on a consistent basis from week to week. Through 2 weeks, he has 8 catches for 105 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is definitely the red zone target, and if you remember in previous years with Tua, guys like Mike Gesicki and Jonnu Smith put up tight end 1 numbers, so I don't see why Darren Waller couldn't. Next one is an up-and-coming rookie, Mason Taylor from the New York Jets. In the last 2 weeks, he has 14 catches for 133 yards. The only Jets player who's been better than him is Garrett Wilson, who's arguably a top 10, 15 wide receiver in all of football. He's a second-round pick out of LSU, and they drafted him to be heavily involved in the passing game. And outside of Garrett Wilson, there really doesn't seem, whether it's a running back, tight end, receiver, to be much competition for targets. So he should be a borderline tight end 1 the rest of the season. If they became a little bit more pass-heavy, because they definitely want to run the ball, then I'd probably have him closer to a top 5, 7 tight end. But because they're a run-heavy offense, I can probably see him somewhere between that 7 and 12 range. 2 running backs I want to talk about. First one, Rico Dottie, Carolina Panthers. Last year in Dallas, when he was given the starting job, he finished as a top 25 running back. With Chuba Hubbard out this past week, he took that main running back role again and posted 206 yards rushing on 23 carries and a touchdown, along with 3 catches and 29 yards. As long as Chuba Hubbard is out, he should be a top 15 play at the running back position. And when Hubbard comes back, he's probably a borderline flex play since he was already playing 40% of the snaps before Chuba Hubbard got hurt, and he's had 10 carries in the previous 2 games that Chuba Hubbard played. So with that being said, it's going to be hard for me to not see Rico Dowdy getting a 10 to 15 touch per game basis, which again is like a borderline flex play or desperation RB2 play. And the last running back I want to talk about, or last player, is Michael Carter from the Arizona Cardinals. Everyone was kind of waiting to see how it would play out. It kind of played out how it did at the end of last year and how I kind of thought it was going to play out. Michael Carter, in 3 games the last 2 years, in which he had over 70% of the snaps, and 2 of them were last year. 1 was this past week. He's averaging 55 yards rushing on 16 carries and 4 catches for 16 yards, and he has 2 touchdowns in that 3-game span. He seems to be the guy, at least until Trey Benson comes back, especially with that bonehead play by D. Ricardo. I know Gannon has been disciplined, which, again, makes no sense. Like, what world are we living in that the head coach can't yell at an adult for making a child-ish mistake that, in essence, cost them the game, and now the head coach is being disciplined and having to apologize publicly? It's just, I don't know what world we're living in. Anyway, sorry to get sidetracked. But, like I said, D. Ricardo had that fumble at the 1-yard line. And Michael Carter, until the next month or so, until Trey Benson comes back, should be a top 20 running back. With that being said, hopefully this helps you out with your fantasy football rosters. I'm Ryan Wolfson. This is the Sports Show.